And we are off for the 24 laps of Le Mans here with this unique start. Let's follow Ben here. He actually gets a good getaway as Pierre jumps the car, so does Tonin. They have a slightly worse start. Leo follows in his RK Racing car with his teammate one position behind. In between there is K-Moy in the Cubson Motorsport Renault. As we are actually now watching Pierre smash it into the barriers. His DRT probably a bit damaged, though he can probably continue without that much damage. Here you can see the powerful Magnet Racing engine here almost catching Salami. Salami goes over to defend just in time. Noah can't really do anything. Is anyone gonna outbrake themselves here? Salami goes offensively late there and hits K-Moy, and then he gets a boost from Noah. That might be a penalty for the Greek driver there. Cub now all over Noah's rear end into the tricky corner. Cub breaks way too late, so does K-Moy though, and he actually is under pressure from Salami and loses some position to the two slowest cars in the field in 1 and 2. As Cub is actually pushing Noah through this section. They are having a ding-dong battle here, or at least some pressure, although now Tonin is catching Cub more than Cub Noah. Here, perfect exit from the Scottish driver as Cub crashes in the background. Heavy crash here. K-Moy as well. Bit of a collision with Salami there as well. And Ben is losing time to Leo. He has lost the lead to him. Safety car was deployed and now the restart here with Leo in P1, Ben in second still. That's a good line from the Dutch driver actually. K-Moy and Noah are actually pushing each other to another level, number 2 and 3 in the standings, I believe. As K-Moy is now going to the back of Ben. More speed, Renault engine. He should be able to overtake the Dutch driver relatively easily, his old team boss. He actually sends it down the inside, but he loses traction because the corner was too tight, and Ben actually re-overtakes him. And now his driver, his current driver and ex-teammate from K-Moy as well, Noah, is under pressure from he overtook K-Moy, sorry. Beautiful overtake there. Gator in the background. That's another one of the slowest cars on the field with the I4 competition, as Ben is still relatively close to Leo here after the main straight. We now cut to Salami, and there's a safety car deployed for a crash further back. Whoa, the safety car flips it. Whoa, that's a heavy crash, but he is off track and we resume there. Ben gets caught off guard there. I think he's already passed by K-Moy if I saw it correctly. Here the safety car going back into the pits to park it. No damage there, weirdly enough. He just parks it to the side as Gator here is behind Pierre, the other Dutch driver, and the grid here. Ben here in P3, P4 even. He also lost the position to Tonin. He was definitely sleeping on the restart there. As we cut to Leo getting pushed by K-Moy basically. As there's a crash behind, you can actually hear some distortion in the background involving Pierre and Salami. And that is another safety car yet again as we go off. Again, Leo still leading here, the British driver doing amazingly, but now he has K-Moy directly on his ass. The buffer of Ben is gone, and now we have the even quicker car of Tonin behind there. As we now cut on to the main straightaway here. 3-car train here. Salami the slowest of the, no, Ben the slowest of this, then Salami. They should be relatively the same speed on the straights. Behind though is Pierre in the Williams DRT, the BMW DRT, I mean, sorry. And he has some additional power with the stronger German engine. As Salami nearly careers it into the back of Ben, and Pierre broke way too late. Or Noah just absolutely outbroke him there. Anyways, Pierre moves off a spot and Salami loses a lot of time to Ben here as we are on board with Ben here behind Leo. Leo lost the lead finally as Ben hits the wall, and that's not good for his chances here. Salami passes him and Ben is demoted onto P5 already. Not looking that good as Noah has a big crash there. That might be a safety car there. And Pierre as well, that's definitely a safety car. So we cut to Leo's on board. Leo from P2 here getting a pretty good restart. K-Moy has peeled behind him actually. He lost the position before the safety car queue. So we cut to the two Cubs and Motorsports, probably going to get it together as Gamoy is trying to send it. That's not going to end well. He forces Leo off, and that's a bit of a love tap there, yeah. So RK joins the session actually. Cub up into P3 here. Polish driver won it 2 years ago. Salami won it last year. Is anyone going to defend that title, or are we going to have a new winner as Cub? Gets a nice move done. That might be a bit of track limit, not sure actually. Might have just touched the curbs, but it was definitely really on edge. As we go to the straight, pretty long straights. Just hear the raw engine speed there. Leo now back on the back of Cub. Is he actually gonna try it half a lap later? You can hear the curbs getting grabbed aggressively by that driver as he sends it down the inside of Cub, and that's actually a pretty big crash there.
What now? Again!
As we cut two Cubs on board for the replay there, cut back to real time, and it's absolutely chaos here at the end of the straightaway. Number 1 and 2 are pretty clear. Leo lost a lot of time there. And Cub is in P3. He managed to hold on, but Ben was around the outside as he careers it into the wall. That's not a good sign from the Polish driver. Is he maybe already experiencing some fatigue here in the 24 laps race? Ben there gets a slow exit, but Cub careers it into the barrier, and Noah has crashed as well there. That will definitely be a safety car here, I think. Cub overtakes him before the safety car was announced, I think. No, he smashes it into the gravel traps. Noah nowhere to be seen though. And safety car. Tonin goes here for 24 laps of Le Mans, back underway again. Cub on the ass of Ben. Ben, the only Arrows player in the field right now. He has a bit of a tricky turn in everywhere he goes. Ben hits the inside curb and he spins it. That was beautifully caught.
No, don't! Oh jeez, I saw Maldonado for a moment.
Cub says he saw Maldonado for a moment there. Noah tried to go for the gap. You know, to be fair, the gap was kind of there at the beginning, but he squeezed him off, and then he should have just backed out there. As Cub now getting to the ass of Pierre. Is he going to maybe overtake him here to get back into the podium places again? Inside of Pierre. Pierre is giving no space, and he just forces him fully off, and then he misses his braking point. That's actually a pretty good overtake, looking back at it right now here from the Polishman up into P3. Nicely done by Cub. So, safety car being called. And we are... there is a car outside of the fence, so we're skipping to a red flag sequence here. And we are off here again. Cub getting a better start than everybody basically, but he gets pinched in, and that's a big crash. 3 cars here at the background. He pinches Pierre, but then again Pierre should have just kept it straight. And then Tonin and Salami crashed as well up the road. Noah and Ben in P1 and 2. But I think the order will be reset for another red flag here, because that was chaos. It did. And we are off again. Same order. Cub is getting played ping pong with from the cars behind here. Gives Pierre a little bit of a love tap. Pierre then cuts the track. That's not really his fault there. He was kind of pinched by Cub. As Pierre spins it, half spins it at least. Here, Cubson getting a bit of a slipstream on Salami, it almost looks like. Or at least he got a better exit with more traction in the background there. And... so another safety car, Cub. As another safety car.
Nah, you're kidding me. How many more?
Indeed, another safety car. So I was about to say, here we on to the restart. Tonin goes early again. 1-2 for Midnight Racing as of right now. That's actually crazy. This might be the final safety car with just 2 laps to go here in Le Mans. Salami and P3 for RK Racing, waving the flag pretty high. Leo led most of this race actually, or not most of it, but he led a lot of it. As Tonin led the most laps. Leo here in P5 then behind them the 2 Dutch drivers of Ben and Pierre, and Kamoy is set to rejoin the track. We just got confirmation from the team to finish it off in P8 there for him. A really long Moussin straight here for Cub. he gonna send it? No, he thought about it and he kept the aggressive line on Salami. Actually gets a pretty good exit considering it compared to the line of Cub. As Salami kept the inside there, as Cub went a little bit deep there. Salami went even deeper, but Cub managed to cut back underneath of Salami here in the RK Racing car. Cub in the Cubson Motorsport car, the KM, his own team, KM I should say, after switching from McLaren to start up his own team, and they collide, bro. That was a pretty big crash as Leo gets passed up into P3, maybe? Yes, he forces his teammate a bit wide as he tangles with Cub. That's a big crash. Pierre through as well there. But that's definitely a big crash as Pierre gets... Whoa, Cub gets crazy reaction speed there to avoid him. And K-Moy has been sent onto the track for the final lap here. As we switch to Leo's onboard camera here for the final half a lap. The two Midnight Racing cars are up in front, duking it out. Leo here, meanwhile, is in one of the slowest cars on the grid, if not the slowest. Defending his P3 after winning 2 races before this season. One, I should say. Here he goes. You can hear Cub's Renault engine, which is way louder, creeping up to him in the background. Under investigation with Salami, under investigation.
No, just no. Mate, he overtook me when I was off the track. And then I overtake him back only because he decides to spin on the grass. I don't see my fault there. It was his decision to go there.
Cub getting told about the investigation. Eventually, though, he didn't get a penalty, but finished P4 after Salami did get a penalty. So the results in the end are the 1-2 for Midnight Racing, with Tonen winning his first 24 laps of Le Mans. Then Leo, amazing performance by the Briton. Then Cub, Ben, Salami, who got a big penalty, K-Moy and Pierre, who got the biggest penalty of the day today, to finish in 8th position, all points. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.